Pokemon Radical Red on the surface looks like a simple Pokemon Fire Red Redux hack. Most Redux hacks that are in this nature have a handful of small changes, and normally those small changes can be the Pokemon you encounter, the difficulty, or maybe even the inclusion of Mega Evolutions. Pokemon Radical Red is all of those but on steroids. It takes your basic enhancement hack and puts it to 100. Pokemon Radical Red takes the basics of a Pokemon Fire Red hack and puts it with Pokemon Clover's basic difficulty. So it includes new Pokemon placements on every route, Mega Evolution is included, the entire Pokedex is also available, and not only that, but the game is very, very difficult. We will talk more on the difficulty later, but you just have to know that this hack is very, very difficult compared to the regular Pokemon Fire Red. Every single Pokemon is available in this ROM hack, which is really crazy because honestly ROM hacks 5 years ago were not capable of doing this, and this is slowly becoming more of a common theme in ROM hacks nowadays. So you can literally catch any Pokemon you want and create any other team you want as long as they're available in the game. Each route has a very diverse option on what you can catch, so you are guaranteed to get a different team compared to your basic Pokemon Fire Red team that you would run through in your playthrough. My team was, when I finished the hack, it ended up being Blaziken, Alakazam, Excadrill, Salamence, Mimikyu, and Vaporeon. Even you think that would be like a really strong team, but even that team struggled with plenty of the fights. I'm not even lying. Like my team changed a lot during this playthrough of the game, especially later on in the game. The game pretty much uses a Smogon competitive rule set when fighting, so that means there are things like Sleep Claws, and you can't switch out when your opponent brings in new Pokemon. It makes things a lot harder, especially you can't use potions or even revives in battle. It definitely makes things a lot more difficult this time around. Despite the difficulty, I did enjoy playing the game. There's quite a few difficulty spikes in the game as well, and I am an avid competitive battler. Especially when I was younger, I definitely played a lot of competitive Pokemon, so I knew what I was dealing with. I'm not someone who's new to the game, but even I found some of the battles to just be really annoying and really kind of just cheesy. I'll talk about that again later. If you think you can have the same team with the same moveset the entire game, then unfortunately that's really not the truth with this ROM hack. You're probably going to have to change your team and even their movesets. You might even have to EV train in this ROM hack, which sounds crazy, but it honestly is something that's pretty important. I didn't EV train really that much. You can try to get perfect IVs too, but it does make it harder because the opponents have near perfect EVs and IVs, or at least I'm pretty sure they are, or at least it feels like they do at least. And a lot of times it's going to be reliant on like what nature you have, what ability you have. Those things are definitely very important in Pokemon Radical Red, which I personally made sure in my playthrough to get the right ability and right nature, but I didn't go out of my way to try to EV train because honestly I didn't want to do that. Especially if you're not interested in competitive battling, that might be a huge turn off for you. So the one thing that I do have a problem with this hack, even though it was very good and very enjoyable, the difficulty is very cheesy. I stated this before. I do like the challenge, but it's really just kind of gets to the point where you have to use save states to get perfect rolls on RNG with these fights. If you get a crit, or like your opponent crits you, or they get max damage on an attack, or even like they predict your switch or something like that, which they do in this hack, it really kind of ruins the entire battle, and you have to like start from scratch or use save states, which I'm not proud of using save states in this hack, but literally I had to use save states in order to beat these fights. Like the Pokemon that they have are no joke. Like, for example, Misty has a Protean Frogadier, which I thought was utterly broken for a second gym leader to have that. But yeah, for those who don't know what Protean is, it's basically the ability where the Greninja line can change their typing based on what move they just previously used, and that means every move they get is same type attack bonus, which is really annoying to deal with. Also, I found some of the newer fights, like some of the placements of the newer fights, to be kind of a little too challenging. And I know that's the point of this hack, but there was one point where you have to fight these random Team Rocket grunts that you have to fight over and over, and then at one point you have to fight them one after another. And if you, let's say you do really bad against the first Rocket grunt, then you fight the next one immediately afterwards. And if they beat you, you pretty much either have to, use save states like I said, or you have to go all the way back, and then you don't start from the second grunt. You have to fight from the first one, and then hopefully beat the first one decently, and then beat the second one. It's kind of a mess. Definitely, I feel like there needs to be more like Nurse Joys, like more places to heal, because there's definitely some parts where like a trainer will come out of nowhere and you have to just fight them. Yeah, that's really what I have to say about this hack. Is the difficulty is a little much. It's a little too much on the gas pedal, but it's still definitely in the right place. Just needs some fixing. So to close out the video, I do like the hack. I found it very enjoyable, but I don't recommend it for people who don't like challenges, because this hack is basically built around its difficulty. As of right now, the game doesn't have a post-game, so it's pretty much over after beating the champion, but the author has said he plans to add more content to the game in the future, so stay tuned. So yeah, that's my playthrough for Pokemon Radical Red. If you like competitive battling and really like difficult hacks, then I would recommend the hack for you.